Hi boys and girls, I hope you had a nice weekend. If you look at me, you might realize that I'm wearing something around my neck. Many of you probably recognize this as a stethoscope. This week, Eddyville Elementary is trying to bust the boredom, and so we're doing that by having some dress-up days. Now, I've posted the list on our Facebook page, and I will be also sending it in an email to your parents to let you guys know what the days are, but today is Superhero Day. Now, I know when we think of superheroes, we usually think of Superman or Spider-Man or the Incredible Hulk or Wonder Woman. But this time we're actually going to be honoring those superheroes who are helping us get through this difficult time right now. And so I'm talking about people like nurses and doctors and grocery store workers and truck drivers and all of those people who are helping to keep everyone safe and healthy and to be able to get us the supplies that we need to get through this time. So, and I'm going to throw teachers in there as well. So today is, again, Superhero Day. So if you see, I've got my stethoscope. If anybody needs their knee checked, we can go ahead and do that here. I will take your temperature for you, make sure you don't have a fever, and just in case, I got my shot ready. So if you need a shot, you'll be all set. So, superheroes right now are doing everything that they can to keep everybody safe and healthy. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to read a couple of books, not about superheroes, but about people who are trying their best and who are working hard and who are doing everything they can to achieve a goal. So our first story for today is called A Winning Dream. And this is about a bear named Brady. Bear named Brady. So here we go. I'll read it to you and then I'll zoom in so you can see the pictures a little bit. Brady Bear lived in Bear Corners, a cozy little New England town full of wonderful bear friends and neighbors. The best thing about Bear Corners is its everyday heroes. They're the bears who help other bears every day in very special ways, just like what we talked about. Brady Bear never dreamed he'd grow up to be an everyday hero. So there's Brady Bear, and here's his town. What Brady Bear dreamed about was winning races. Every day he ran around in his backyard pretending it was a racetrack in a huge stadium. Going fast as a blast, said Brady to himself. I want to go faster and faster. There was only one problem. Brady Bear was the slowest bear in all of Bear Corners. Whenever there was a race, Brady always came in last. So there he is practicing, and though he tries his best, he tends to come in last. Brady's parents didn't know what to do. Poor little Brady, said his mother one night after Brady had gone to bed. I don't think he'll ever win a race. I know, said his father. He's such a great little bear. I just wish he dreamed about, well, doing all the things he's good at. Like helping others, his mother said. That's one thing he loves to do. Why, just yesterday, he helped that little bear who was stuck in a tree. He has such a big heart. Here he is sleeping. One day, Brady came home feeling sad again. There was another race at school today, he told his mom, and I came in last. His mom knew just how to cheer him up. Can you help Mrs. Grizzle go for a walk, she asked. Sure, Mom, Brady chirped. Brady trudged up the mountain to Mrs. Grizzle's den. She had hurt her foot and needed help walking. You're so strong, Brady, she said, and so very kind. Brady felt a warm tingle inside and forgot all about the race. All of a sudden, whoosh! A bear went flying past him on a pair of skis. Wow, said Brady. I never saw a bear go that fast. I'll do anything for some skis, Brady begged his parents. Oh, please, oh, please. So there he is going up to Mrs. Grizzle's, and here he sees the bear on skis. When Brady's birthday came, he got a shiny new pair of skis. Thank you so much, he said. They're the best. Brady loved his skis more than all of his toys and games. Soon he was flying over the hills on them. Brady may not be a fast runner, said his father, but he sure is a fast skier. He might be the fastest skier I've ever seen. I'm just glad skiing makes him happy, his mom said. Because not only do you want to be able to do something well, but you want it to give you enjoyment. You want it to have fun while you're doing it. One day, Brady burst in the door, bubbling with excitement. There's going to be a big ski race on Bear Mountain, he told his mom. Can I be in it, please? Well, okay, his mom said, but first, learn to ski safely. Brady practiced on his skis every day. He really, really, really wanted to win that race. Don't forget your schoolwork, said his mom, and get some rest too. If you don't get enough sleep, you're not going to have enough energy to do what you want to do. Finally, the big day came. All the skiers lined up at the top of the mountain. When Brady saw them all, he felt nervous. But then he remembered what his dad said. I'm not going to worry about who wins, Brady decided. I'm just going to have fun. Suddenly, he didn't feel nervous anymore. The starting bell sounded and off the racers flew. Brady went faster and faster and faster, swishing through the sparkling snow. He was having so much fun he wasn't even thinking about the race. Soon, he zoomed past all of the other skiers. Brady was way out in front. He could see the bright red ribbon across the finish line far below. He couldn't believe it. He was going to win the... What's he going to win? Yeah! Suddenly, a loud yell rang out. Brady turned and saw a little bear. He had climbed onto a big snowboard by mistake. The board was streaking down the mountain out of control. It was headed straight for the trees. Whap, bam, slam! The snowboard clattered into the trees, knocking snow from the treetops. Boom! A pile of falling snow covered the little bear in a heap. Without a moment's thought, Brady skied off to help. The other racers were so far behind him, they didn't see the little bear at all. They all zoomed toward the finish line. So instead of continuing on, Brady stopped to help. Brady spotted a bright blue mitten and pulled the little bear cub out of the snow. The cub was shaking, but Brady gave him a great big bear hug. Everything's okay, little guy, said Brady. Everything's okay. One of the other racers saw what Brady had done and sped off to tell the others. Brady skied back onto the race trail, holding the little bear close to him. Looks like I'm going to come in last, he thought, just like always. Brady sighed sadly, but then he gave the little bear a squeeze and he felt that tingle again. Suddenly, the race didn't matter so much. When he got near the finish line, Brady saw something strange. The red ribbon was still stretched out. No one's crossed the finish line yet, Brady thought to himself. I wonder why. Then he saw something even stranger. The other racers were lined up on the side of the race trail. What are they doing? He wondered. It looks like they're waiting for me. I don't understand, said Brady to the other skiers. Why didn't you cross the finish line? The others just looked at the little bear in his arms and smiled. They didn't say a word. Why do you think they're waiting? Brady crossed the finish line, breaking the ribbon, just as he had so many times in his dreams. Hooray! Shouted the crowd. And the winner is Brady Bear, said the loudspeaker. Then, one by one, the other skiers crossed the finish line after him. The little bear's parents ran up to him and hugged their cub. Thank you, Brady, they shouted over and over. Thank you, thank you. How do you feel? Asked his mom. Happier than ever, said Brady. Because you won the trophy? Asked his dad with a wink. No, said Brady, because I rescued that little bear. I helped someone in a special way that's all my own. And in that moment, Brady suddenly knew what his real dream was. Brady Bear grew up to be a rescue skier on the slopes of Bear Mountain. Now every day he helps skiers who get lost or hurt. He's one of Bear Corner's finest everyday heroes. Sometimes he comes to the school and talks to all the young bears. Winning races is fun, he tells them, but the real fun is doing what you love just because you love it. Your dreams don't always take you exactly where you think they will, but that's okay. They take you somewhere even better. And there he is talking to the kids. So, an awesome book about everyday heroes. Very cool. Okay, I've got one more story for you today about somebody who has to work hard to achieve her dream. And this story is called Mermaid Janine. So what do you think it is that Janine wants to be able to do? And this one is by Iolette Thomas, and it's illustrated by Jennifer Northway. And I forgot to tell you, this one is by Andrew Wolfendon, and the illustrations are by Byrne Williams. So, Mermaid Janine. And I didn't forget to tell you that. I just didn't mention it the first time around, because I don't forget anything, ever. You all know that. Okay. Janine chattered happily as she walked home with her mother. I'm glad we're nearly home, she said as they passed the television shop, because my favorite cartoon is on. And I'm glad, puffed her mother, because these shopping bags get heavier every week. As they opened the door, Janine saw a letter on the mat. She rushed to pick it up. It's from your cousin Emily in Antigua, she told her mother. Look at the stamp. That's good, smiled her mother, putting it down on the kitchen table. Emily owes me a letter. Janine was disappointed. Aren't you going to read it, she asked. Yes, but not until I put away the shopping, her mother replied. I'll help, offered Janine, forgetting about her cartoon. She wanted to hear all the latest news about the family in Antigua. By the time her mother had collected baby Amma from their next-door neighbor, Maisie, Janine had put everything away. She and Amma ate cookies while their mother opened the letter. A photograph fell out. Who are all those people? Asked Janine eagerly. That one is my cousin Emily, said her mother, pointing. Perhaps the letter will tell us who the others are. She read quickly. Emily says she hopes everyone is okay and to tell you and Amma hello. She's sorry she didn't write sooner, but she was busy organizing the Sunday school picnic, which was held last week on the beach. The photograph is of some of the children. Janine looked at the photograph, but the only one she recognized was Kevin, cousin Emily's son. She had seen pictures of him before. Did you swim when you were small? Asked Janine. Yes, we swam all the time, replied her mother. She put the letter down and smiled, thinking of bygone days. My, said her mother, hasn't Kevin grown since his last photograph? Emily says he swims like a fish, and he won the race for the under-8s. Janine couldn't swim, but she wished she could for miles and miles and miles. That night she practiced in the bath. Soon the floor was soaking wet. Her mother was cross. Do you remember what cross means? It means angry. I was only trying to swim, explained Janine. Her mother looked thoughtful. Perhaps it's time I taught you, she said. We'll go to the new leisure center on Friday. When Friday came, Janine's mother took Amma to the nursery at the leisure center, and then she and Janine went to the changing room. The swimming pool was crowded, and Janine decided not to get wet without her mother to hold her. But her mother had forgotten one important thing. She couldn't wear her glasses in the water, and without them she could scarcely see. Come on now, she said, peering at the nearest child, but it wasn't Janine. I can't teach you without my glasses, she explained later as they collected Amma, but they arranged swimming lessons here, I think. Yes, said the receptionist. We have a course of 12 lessons for beginners, and it starts next Friday. She added Janine's name to the list. On Friday, the swimming instructor introduced himself to the children. My name is Rodney, he said. Now, you won't learn to swim today, but you should be able to swim the length of this pool by the end of this course, and if you do, you will get a special certificate. Janine enjoyed her first lesson, even though she got several mouthfuls of water and her eyes stung a little. By the end of the 5th lesson, she could jump into the water, hold her breath, and pick up a brick from the bottom of the pool, but she still couldn't swim properly. At the end of her 8th lesson, Janine could swim the width of the pool, but she still couldn't manage the length. I can go a little way and then I have to stop, she complained. You need extra practice, said her father, and he offered to take her early on Sunday mornings when the pool would be half empty. You'll have to strengthen your legs, said Maisie, and eat lots of vegetables. They will give you energy. Janine hated vegetables, especially cabbage and spinach. But because she was so eager to swim her length, she ate vegetables every day and skipped rope to make her legs stronger. Eat your vegetables, everybody. By the end of her 10th lesson, she could nearly manage a length. Did you eat all your vegetables? Asked Maisie. No, but I did eat some. I promise I'll eat all of them for the next 2 weeks. if it will help. And she did. She had beans on Friday, peas on Saturday, sweet corn on Sunday, cabbage on Monday, carrots on Tuesday, potatoes on Wednesday, and spinach on Thursday. So she even ate the vegetables that she's not a huge fan of. On the day of her 12th lesson, Janine changed into her bathing suit. Her mother said, "Don't be too upset if you can't swim your length today. I can easily put your name down for the next course of lessons." She gave Janine a hug for good luck. Have you ever felt a little nervous before having to do something big like that? Now it was Janine's turn. Rodney said, "Start when I blow the whistle. Now ready, set," and he blew the whistle. Janine swam and swam. She felt like a mermaid, and she could hear the other children cheering. Soon her legs began to feel tired. "Don't stop," she told herself. "It's not far." Then her legs felt very tired. Janine really wanted to stop, but then she thought of all the vegetables she would have to eat for the next 12 weeks, and she sprinted ahead. At last her hand touched the end of the pool. "Well done," said her mother. "I wasn't sure that you could make it." "Neither was I," said Janine. And she told her mother what had kept her going. Her mother laughed. "And you've been so good," she said. "I think you deserve a treat. What would you like?" "Hamburger and fries, please," said Janine. And before her mother could say a word, she added quickly, "With a salad, of course." Look, she's got her certificate. The end. Okay, so those were 2 stories about trying your very best, trying your hardest, practicing, and doing everything you can to get better at something, and also about doing what you can to help other people. So, happy Superhero Day. Have your parents check the email and the Facebook page to find out the other special days for this week. And they can always post pictures online, email them to me, or anything. I would love to see you guys dressed up in our fun dress-up days. So have a great rest of your day, and I will see you tomorrow. I love you guys.